people ask me who I am, I sometimes hesitate. Not because I don't know who I am, but because I don't know where to start. Do I start with the student? Do I start with the speaker? Do I start with the dancer? Or do I start with the person who once tried to play the guitar but gave up after learning three chords? Well, from a young age, I was curious about everything. If there was a club, I wanted to join it. If there was a competition, I wanted to participate. My parents like to joke that my schedule looked like a railway station bustling with passengers, from one station to another with barely enough time to breathe. That's what it felt like managing academics and extracurriculars. And because of my hobby of trying and testing everything, I've been called an all rounder. But I never really understood how I was one because I thought all rounders were the masters of their domains, like being a national level swimmer who also tops academic Olympiads. I thought that's what it meant like to be an all rounder, to be exceptionally good at everything you do. I thought you needed numerous medals and awards to introduce yourself by your passion or skill set. But I'm here today because I finally realized I was looking for the wrong kind of value. I was measuring myself by my depth in any one skill when I should have been measuring the distance between them. I didn't need to choose just one passion to define me. However, each passion added a critical layer to who I am today. That I wasn't just one thing, but many things all at once. We live in a world that pushes us towards hyper specialization. We are told to pick a lane, put on blinders, and become the sharpest point in a single field. But the future doesn't belong to the sharpest point. It belongs to the person who can connect the dots. And my journey has taught me this one core idea. In a world that demands hyper specialization, the true advantage lies in the power of interconnection. The ability to allow your diverse skills, even your half learned ones, to come together and solve problems. I call this the range advantage. And this is a superpower available to anybody who dares to embrace their multiple interests. It's not about doing everything well, it's about taking one thing and making another thing better. One of the biggest lessons from my journey is that growth happens outside the comfort zone. And I know this might sound a little cliche until you experience the sheer visceral panic of being on stage for the very first time. I still remember my first oration competition. I was nervous, my hands were clammy, and I thought I was going to pass out. But after it was all over, I realized I survived. And not only did I survive, but I found a new passion. And the same thing happened with sports, drama, even leadership roles. Every time I said yes to something that scared me, I grew a little taller. Not in height, but in confidence. And the beauty is that once you start stepping out of your comfort zone, it gets addictive. You start seeking challenges not because they're easy, but because they make you discover things you didn't know you possessed. This is the first component of the range advantage. Bravery shows up first as nervousness and then transforms into confidence. As an all rounder, the constant struggle was balance. I remember I came home from a dance competition once at 9 p.m. and realized I had to submit a history assignment the very next morning. And let's not even talk about the nights I told myself, just 5 more minutes of studying is going to save me. Spoiler, it never is. And I asked myself, am I doing too much? Am I spreading myself too thin? And my friends would say things like, wow, everything comes so easy to you. You're so lucky. But that's not the truth. Every performance, every achievement took a lot of effort, a lot of practice, and yes, failure too. There were competitions I didn't win, exams I didn't ace, and times where I felt like I wasn't enough. That's when I learned the second component of the range advantage. Balance is not about giving equal time to everything, it's about giving the right time to the right thing. Sometimes academics need priority, and sometimes passions outside the classroom do. And sometimes I need to pause and give myself a break. For a very long time, I thought resting or taking a break was wasting time. I'd feel guilty if I wasn't being productive. But then came one day where I sat with my mom till 2 a.m. completing a school project because I was too tired after an exhausting day of school and swimming classes. That's when I realized self care isn't optional, it's necessary. Whether it's sleeping enough, or talking to friends, or just lying on your bed and listening to music, these times are especially crucial for you to relax and take a break. Being multi talented also comes with a wider surface area for failure. And trust me, when you get a C in math, your parents don't comfort you with, oh, it's okay, at least you're good at yoga. No, they look at you like you've just confessed to a crime. And failure has been my toughest but funniest teacher. I'll tell you a story. I was at a character role play competition, and in the middle of a very crucial dialogue, I just forgot my lines. I went completely blank. And I just decided, okay, let me think. I used eye contact, persuasion, and stage presence to make up a very impromptu dialogue. It was a disaster, and I didn't win the competition, but I realized something. The principles I learned in one discipline could be easily transferred to another. Basically, the mistake I made in drama was easily saved by my skill in oration. That's when I came across the third component of the range advantage. Failure is simply the moment when you run out of one skill and your job is to find another skill that can come in and replace it. Handling failures has also taught me to not take myself too seriously. And so I let the philosophers ask, what if? While I started asking, why not? Another thing, having diverse interests also led me to have diverse skills and different and various perspectives. When you talk to speakers, you understand the pressure of performance. When you talk to athletes, you understand the exhaustive grind of practice. I had such an experience that fundamentally changed my outlook towards effort. I was running a 200-meter race, and by the halfway mark, I was panting hard. I was exhausted, and I thought I couldn't physically run any faster. But then I passed by the stands where my friends were. And even though they knew I was really bad at running, they still cheered me on, screaming my name. And so I ran. I don't know how, but I ran and I came in second. Cool, right? Okay, maybe last second, but okay, anyways. And now that my passion for running is long gone, I've realized something. This moment has still stayed with me. And I found another thing. Their belief in me was stronger than my own physical limitations. That encouragement wins bigger than trophies. This is the fourth component of the range advantage. Humility, compassion, and encouragement can come together to become a tool that makes the impossible possible. Here's another thing. When you're multi talented, sometimes you become the target. People assume you're trying to outshine them. I was once labeled a pick me because I would try to volunteer for anything that came up. And it stung at first. But here's a thought, their opinions are not my report card. I don't need to shrink myself to make someone else comfortable. So I just let my kindness and work speak louder. So, what are my lessons from my journey as an all rounder, or rather, a collector of half learned skills? It is that passions can shape you but don't have to define you. That failure builds resilience. That balance is about priorities, not perfection. That self care is not selfish, it's survival. and that growth starts with discomfort. So I didn't have to be just the studious kid or just the talented kid. I was both and more. You know, society tells you pick a lane, pick one identity, pick one path. But I'm telling you, don't do that. Don't choose. Embrace the range advantage. Be a dreamer and a learner. Be a student and a singer. And be anything that you want all at the same time. So I challenge you. Today, go and do that one random thing that you've been putting off. Because that 3 chord guitar lesson that you just abandoned might give you the rhythm that you need to solve the biggest problem in your life right now. So stop seeking depth, start building range. Thank you.